Nobody expected the question to silence the room. Not with Ronald Acuña Jr. sitting there, the 2023 MVP, the electrifying superstar who rarely hesitates, rarely pauses, rarely lets anything catch him off guard. But on that day, something changed. The reporter asked him one simple thing. If you could take one ability from any player in baseball, whose would it be? And for the first time, Acuña didn't smile. He didn't joke. He didn't even blink. He whispered a name, one the entire world already knew, but somehow hearing it from him felt heavier, louder, almost sacred. The name that echoed through every ballpark from Tokyo to Los Angeles. Shohei Ohtani. A hush fell, because when the best player in the National League speaks the name of the best player in the world, something in the air shifts. It feels like the universe itself leans forward to listen. Acuña looked down for a moment, almost as if he was picturing something the rest of us couldn't see. Then he lifted his head, eyes sharp, voice calm. That man has something I wish I had. The room froze. Not because Ohtani is great, everyone knows that. But because hearing one generational talent admire another felt like witnessing history from two angles at once. Acuña didn't talk about home runs, or RBI, or MVP trophies. He didn't mention money, fame, or global spotlight. He talked about something deeper, almost spiritual. He talked about balance, about dominance, about the impossible. Because Ohtani doesn't just play baseball. He bends it. He stretches it. He breaks the boundaries that every other athlete is forced to obey. Acuña confessed that what he admired most wasn't Ohtani's 450-foot home runs. It wasn't the triple-digit fastball. It wasn't even the MVP season stacked like chapters of a legend. It was the ability to carry two futures at once. To live two baseball lives in a single body. To be a hitter feared by every pitcher, and a pitcher feared by every hitter. Acuña said he had never seen anything like it. None of us have. And then came the moment that shocked even the reporters who thought they'd seen everything. He was asked, "Who's your favorite active athlete?" He didn't hesitate. He didn't build it up. He didn't try to be diplomatic. He said the name like it was the easiest truth in the world. Ohtani. The reporters looked at one another, stunned. Two MVPs from two different baseball worlds, united by respect. One man exploding with raw athletic fire. The other calmly rewriting the limits of human potential. Acuña explained himself. He said Ohtani inspired him, not because of talent, but because of discipline. Because of the hours nobody sees. Because of the sacrifices behind the curtain. He said Ohtani is the athlete who reminds him that greatness isn't just a gift, it's a responsibility. A mission. A weight you choose to carry even when the world isn't watching. And for a moment, it felt like Acuña wasn't talking about Ohtani anymore. He was talking about himself. About what it means to lead, to rise, to chase the impossible until it kneels before you. The room stayed silent long after he finished. The kind of silence that only appears when truth has just been spoken aloud. When two legends collide without ever touching the same field. Because this wasn't just Acuña praising Ohtani. This was a superstar recognizing a phenomenon. A king acknowledging another king. The world often tries to compare them. Who runs faster? Who hits harder? Who influences more? But in that moment, Acuña made something perfectly clear. Greatness doesn't compete, it connects. It recognizes itself in another soul. It bows, not in defeat, but in respect. And maybe that's why fans love this rivalry that isn't a rivalry. Because it reminds us that even at the top of the world, there is room for admiration. There is room for humility. There is room for awe. Acuña didn't choose Ohtani because he wanted to be him. He chose him because he wanted to learn from him. To rise with him. To push the game forward alongside him. Two MVPs. Two superstars. Two paths that rarely cross, yet somehow meet at the summit of baseball greatness. And as Acuña stood up and walked away from that press conference, there was a feeling in the air, a quiet promise, a spark, a possibility. Maybe one day, the two greatest forces in baseball will stand on the same diamond, in the same moment, shaping the same story. And maybe that story is only just beginning.